a woman, Steph Curry.
Thank you.
She can shoot it better than me.
Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA.
Caitlin, congratulations on an amazing season. Rookie of the Year is a big honor. You deserve it. Congratulations.
So, Nikola Jokic just dropped something wild in his latest interview. And honestly, Caitlin Clark was totally stunned. I mean, this guy barely ever talks, right? And he certainly doesn't just throw out compliments like it's nothing. But when he does speak, careers literally change. That's the kind of weight his words carry.
Well, Nikola Jokic is the MVP of the league. He's the best player in the world. He's been the best player in the world for the last few years. You know who he has a shoe deal with? I'm going to tell you here in a...
And now, he's basically treating Caitlin like basketball royalty. All those experts who doubted her, yeah, they're probably scrambling to find Wi-Fi right now, trying to delete all those old tweets they put out.
Jokic, he had 23 points, came down to earth after dropping 36, 21, and 14 in game one. He had just 23 points and 9 of 21 shooting, but still had 17 rebounds and 12 assists, 3 steals. The man had another triple-double. He's sensational. Slow as a snail, can't jump onto a curb, big tub of lard, and you can't stop him.
Now, you might be thinking, I'm totally making this up, or just hyping it for clicks. But seriously, Nikola Jokic, the guy barely says a word. He's not on Twitter, never throws shade. He wins MVPs and just shrugs it off. But here's the thing, when he does talk, everyone listens, and the whole world just went silent when he started speaking about Caitlin Clark. I mean, he's an NBA champion, a 2-time MVP, not exactly a drama guy, and he actually took the time to praise a WNBA rookie. Not just any rookie, either.
I was really in awe of the game, you know.
Knocks it down!
I'm saying men and women's college basketball, she's probably the most impressive.
This is someone who's been targeted, made fun of, elbowed, and questioned at literally every single turn. But Jokic didn't just hype up her game or her logo threes. Nope, he talked about her resilience. He called it one of the most amazing things he's seen in a long time. That's not just a nice comment. That's a gold medal compliment coming from a guy who's spent his entire career just tuning out all the noise.
I'm excited for her to be here. I think it brings a lot of excitement to the city, and you know, a city with a lot of young talent already as it is, and adding her, you know, she's one of the faces of women's basketball, and for her to be here and under the same roof, you know, I think is really exciting for me, and I think a lot of people in our organization, and just look forward to, you know, watching her grow throughout the process, watching her get better. Looking forward to actually being able to cheer for her now. You know, now she's with the good guy.
Then he said it. Just 4 words. One simple line. All she does is play basketball. That's it. For Jokic, that's like saying pure hoop. No drama, no distractions. And look, in a league totally packed with side plots and storylines, that kind of statement hits different. Especially coming from a guy who just quietly destroys teams. No passion, no trash talk.
Yeah, I think she put up 2 feet beyond half court, so for me to see it in person, she's legit. You know, she's the best, so she's the GOAT, so you know, her skill set far exceeds.
Now let's be super clear. This wasn't some charity work. He wasn't just throwing compliments to look good or sound progressive. Nope. Jokic saw something real in Caitlin. It was her ability to place the ball, her insane patience, how she reads the game, and how she slows everything down without even being super fast. Plus, her total lack of theatrics, that's what really caught his eye. But here's the crazy part. It's totally reciprocal. For months now, people have been comparing Clark and Jokic. We're talking actual tape breakdowns, not just clickbait headlines. Both of them use their eyes to trick defenders. Both of them hold the ball for just a fraction of a second longer than you'd expect. They make defenses regret every single move and pull them right into traps. Their view of the game, almost identical. The way they pace things is wild. And the result, pure dominance.
Caitlin Clark, you know, she's not the tallest. She doesn't have a crazy frame that, you know, but she got women's basketball on lock right now. And she hasn't really been in a while, and a lot of people haven't seen a lot of it. Anything that happens with her is going to be magnified, right? Which is great for the WNBA.
Okay, so now let's get into the real twist here.
According to reports, Nike had no plan to build a shoe around Jokic, instead focusing on Victor Wembanyama, the face of the brand's new Air Immersion Space sneaker.
So, Jokic, who's honestly the best player in the world, right? He never actually got a real Nike contract. He wasn't flashy enough. They thought he wouldn't sell enough sneakers. Nike basically passed him over for guys who could do cooler dunks or had more hip names. In the end, he signed with 3061 Degrees, a brand that most people outside of Asia have never even heard of.
And she's fearless. No shot is a bad shot when you can shoot it.
Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, just signed this massive 8-figure deal, and she didn't even get an early offer from Nike. Now, Nike is basically like sulking in the corner, hoping she'll become the superstar face they apparently didn't even think they needed. What's crazy is that Nike is seriously playing catch-up here, after messing up their deal with Steph Curry and almost doing it again with Caitlin.
I was gonna say Caitlin Clark's been compared to you.
Yeah, but I think it almost robs her of like the rest of her game because she's such a good floor, she has her overall, floor game. She's racking up, close to triple doubles every night, and her shooting ability is, it's her key.
This is just pure poetic justice. Jokic, who's this generational talent, but basically gets overlooked, is now watching someone else bust through that exact same wall, way faster and with twice the spotlight. And he gets it. He totally appreciates it because he knows what it's like to be the best and still get ignored, to dominate without all the media hype. Trust me, you are not ready for how real this is about to get.
Thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in. Don't get it twisted. Don't fucked up. Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA.
LeBron James, man, he knows exactly what it's like to walk into a league where every single camera, critic, and obsessed fan is watching your every move. He did it at 18, straight out of high school, with more hype than any athlete this century. So when he told Caitlin Clark, "Put your blinders on, go to work, stay humble," that wasn't just some casual advice.
All the criticism and everything that's going on, fairly well. Like,
sure.
She never let nothing knock her off her square, man.
They got Indiana games.
Yeah. I just saw the interview when she was and they asked her about not being on the Olympic team. She was like,
what a great answer she gave.
Great answer.
That was him basically saying, "You're walking through the same fire I did, and after 2 decades of this craziness, this is the only map I've ever had." Let's be real, LeBron doesn't just hand out his personal blueprint to everyone. He's not out here volunteering to mentor every single rookie. He saw how gracefully Clark handled her Olympic rejection, and he actually praised her response in public. LeBron's speaking for her when he talks about no begging, no chasing clout, just by staying strong when it would have been easy to break. She totally earned his respect.
She'll be fine, and all the stuff about the physicality, and it comes with the league.
It comes with it, yeah.
Then there's Luka Doncic, a totally different style. Sarcasm is basically built into his DNA. He'll drop 70 points on you and then make jokes about it in 5 different languages. But with Caitlin, that switch just flipped. He actually said, "She's a better shooter than me. No ego, no jokes, just straight up." It's wild that Luka would say that, right? This is the guy who once laughed right in a defender's face, mid-crossover, and treats trash talk like it's a warm-up drill. But he immediately folded when Clark's name came up. "She shoots too well to be a clown," he basically said. Without even blinking, he handed her the crown in the one area he usually dominates.
But this level of notoriety, out of this world expectation, whatever the case may be, I just think it's all about having, be a horse, man. The Kentucky Derby, put your blinders on, go to work, show up to work, punch your clock in, prepare yourself, work on your game, work on your craft, kind of keep your mouth shut, and just learn from the vets. When they ask, you voice your opinion if they want your opinion, man.
And then you've got Trae Young. Let's be honest, he's not exactly known for showering people with praise like candy, right?
It's crazy, 40 and 12, people don't understand, that's not easy. Scoring and then getting everybody involved, what she's doing is unbelievable. She was using her hang dribble just to read if she was going to be able to blow by her defender or not. And she was just doing step backs and side steps and dribbling in the lane, dribbling back out, and then shooting threes. But it started with her getting to the basket and just getting some layups, getting easy ones, getting some and ones to start the game. Like, you could tell that she had a plan on what she was doing.
But after Clark dropped that 40-point, 12-dime game, he literally dissected her play like he was breaking down NBA film. It was this cold, scientific praise, totally without emotion or fanfare. He talked about how she just ran her team's offense like a seasoned pro, reading defenders with hang dribbles, luring them into traps, manipulating the spacing on the court. That kind of analytical breakdown, you only hear that from legends. And because of how she moves on the court, which totally instructs as much as it impresses, he gave her that praise like she already belonged in that elite club.
You know, but I'm rooting for Caitlin because I've been in that seat before. I've walked that road before. I hope she kills. I hope Aaliyah Boston does amazing. You know, I hope they do great.
But here's the thing. The worst part is actually still ahead. This wasn't just some PR nonsense. This wasn't the WNBA's newest star getting some fluffy welcome basket. These were real-time, in-the-moment assessments from guys who truly know what it means to be in absolute control of a basketball game. They weren't just cheering from the sidelines. They were watching the tape, dissecting her skills, and calling it exactly what it is, because Clark isn't just showing up. She's completely redefining what showing up even means.
From the range, the confidence, the flair, like, she's a performer. It's crazy though, just because her shot is like that, it's at that level. If you really watch, like, her floor game is as impressive, so it's kind of the total package.
But here's the wild contrast. While NBA royalty is out here showering her with roses, the vibe in the WNBA is, let's just say, less than friendly. We're talking elbows, sharp remarks, and enough shade to block out the sun. It's not subtle either. Veterans are just throwing attitude around like it's Gatorade, taking cheap shots mid-game, and then just shrugging off questions afterwards. And get this, who's actually calling it out? Not the media, not the league, not even the refs. It's the NBA players, guys who have zero reason to speak up, but they just can't stay quiet about it.
You know, I'm down. She was like, she's not gonna hit that shot, and bam, like, damn, she's not gonna hit that shot, man. Like, if I say 10 times you're not gonna hit the shot and you hit the shot, that means you're the truth.
Shaquille O'Neal.
On Angel Reese's own podcast, Shaquille O'Neal actually admitted he had doubts about Clark. He questioned if she could produce, if she'd collapse. But then she just exploded all over the court, dropping receipts and W's everywhere. And what did Shaq say? The reality is, you, just like that. No backpedaling, no sugarcoating. A Hall of Famer who lives to challenge greatness just took that L and called it respect, even on what you might call enemy ground. And then there's Patrick Beverley, a guy who practically breathes confrontation. He straight up said the hits Caitlin is taking aren't normal. He's like, those aren't just tough love taps or bumps in the league. He called it borderline dirty, and that's saying a lot, coming from a man whose entire career has been about bothering elite guards. If Pat Bev thinks you're being targeted, the threat level is officially real. But here's what's even crazier. Clark hasn't said a single word. No social media clapbacks, no yelling, no emotional press releases, just business. Just silent devastation. She just goes back on defense like nothing happened and lets her game absolutely run wild. And believe me, that kind of quiet speaks louder than any rant ever could.
This past year, the Fever as a whole, to see Kelsey get some playoff experience, and just the whole group, Aaliyah, the whole group. So just really cool to follow the team, and it's unfortunate that they lost, but they're a young group. They'll be back for success, and now locked in, watching.
So here's the complete flip. The more silent she stays, the louder her advocates get. I'm talking MVPs, elite passers, scorers, legends, all-stars. They're all jumping in because they see something truly genuine. They've lived through the pressure, the uncertainty, the backlash, and now they're watching someone else go through those same flames, with way less help. And she's not just surviving, she's taking control. They're not applauding because it's the trendy thing to do. They're taking a stand because they know how to spot real talent. Clark is doing more than just promoting the WNBA. She's actually moving too fast for them. The NBA saw it first, whether her own league likes it or not. And honestly, it won't even matter if the WNBA doesn't catch up quickly, because Clark already has universal respect. And it's totally fine if that respect comes from the NBA. What's more, if the WNBA chooses not to crown her, it's clear the NBA has already done it. Loudly, unambiguously, and without any hesitation. This is Clark's era, period. If you're riding with her, hit that comment section.